This episode of TechnoBuffalo is brought to you by One Razor. Yeah, Star Wars Shattered Empire. This thing is a brand new trade paperback by Greg Rucka, who's a great writer, and especially now that Star Wars is in the Marvel Universe, there's a lot of great comics for it. This week, the Star Wars Force Awakens premiere is happening on Thursday, and I realize it might be a lot to take in if you haven't seen the original movie. So we've got 10 things that you need to know about the original movies so that you feel ready and prepared emotionally and mentally for the premiere this week. Let's get into the top 10. R2-D2 and C-3PO, yeah, I'm sure you recognize them, you've seen them around. They were very important in the original trilogy, and they're basically our narrators, so you're going to want to pay attention to them this time around too. Not sure exactly how big of a role they're going to have, but you can bet that they are going to be involved. Little known fact, there's only 3 Star Wars movies that have ever come out, episodes 4, 5, and 6. Super weird. There were some prequels planned, and in those prequels, we do get to see the Millennium Falcon, or at least we were supposed to. Makes a little cameo. The amount of time that would have passed between those prequels and what we're about to see in The Force Awakens is approximately 60 years. So yeah, that ship is pretty darn old. And yeah, like I said, there's only 3 Star Wars movies. I don't know what all this hubbub is about prequels. Luke Skywalker, you know the name, but did you know that he is the last of over 10,000 Jedi that once existed in the universe? So obviously he's probably going to have a pretty important role, especially considering something that we're going to talk about very shortly. His lightsaber winds up with one of our very favorite lead characters, Finn. Oh my god, that is unlimited power. Wow, the Sith have a lot of power. They're basically evil Jedi, but there aren't usually a whole lot of them in any given location. They tend to power struggle a lot. As Yoda says actually in the movies, always 2 there are, a master and an apprentice. Which one is Kylo Ren? I don't know either, but we're gonna find out this week. While there sure is a lot of familiar tech in The Force Awakens, as I'm sure you're going to recognize, there's something that did get a little bit of a makeover. X-Wings. In the original trilogy, they were Incom T-65s. In The Force Awakens, they're actually T-70s. It's only been 30 years, but that's definitely an upgrade. Number 6. While these stormtroopers in the original trilogy were indeed clones of Jango Fett, these stormtroopers that we see in The Force Awakens are actually all different. They're all different people altogether. They were actually raised to believe that the Empire was in the right as opposed to cloning someone who thought that that was true. Those of you who are interested in tech, primarily Apple tech, you'll recognize the name Johnny Ive. While he was at dinner with J.J. Abrams, he actually expressed to him that he feels like the old look for lightsabers. So clean and pristine didn't really make sense for something quite so powerful. So he actually said maybe lightsabers should be a little bit more spitty and hot and radiating power. That's actually how they wound up coming to the lightsaber for Kylo Ren, and I think it's actually a really cool new look. If the lightsaber that Finn is using in the trailers is a little confusing for you, it's probably because you've seen the original trilogy and you know that that looks a lot like Luke Skywalker's lightsaber. Well, it actually is. The last time we saw it, though, was in episode 5 when Darth Vader cut off Luke Skywalker's hand and the lightsaber wound up going down the mining shaft in the Cloud City of Bespin. So, who went and got it out, and where the hell has it been for 30 years? In one of the trailers for The Force Awakens, we see Han Solo say to his best friend Chewie, "We're home," in what actually looks like the Millennium Falcon. That might seem a little bit weird to you because you know that the Millennium Falcon was an old Corellian fighter that Han Solo actually won from Lando Calrissian during the game of Sabacc, but apparently it doesn't belong to him anymore. Not exactly sure what happened to it over the last 30 years, but it's nice to see that they get reunited. Emperor Palpatine. It's not me, but he is also known as Darth Sidious, and in Return of the Jedi, Darth Vader just axed him. That actually was super exciting for everybody in the galaxy because we all thought that the Empire had crumbled, but now we know that the Empire just morphed into a new organization called the First Order, and the Rebel Alliance is now known as the Resistance. Why the name change? Well, we don't really know for sure just yet, but hopefully this week we're going to get to find out what happened these last 30 years in that galaxy far, far away. All right, just this. If you have not seen the original trilogy and you need a little bit of a catch-up, or even if you have, this Shattered Empire is a great place to start. It bridges the gap between the last movie and The Force Awakens, which comes out this week. So you better make sure you have your tickets. We all good?
Hey, you're all set.
Awesome. Thank you very much, my good friend.
Comment.
Catch you later. Hey, comment, like, subscribe. Let us know if you enjoyed this kind of video. We'll do a whole lot more of them. Oh, man. It's been a long week this week already. It's only Tuesday. But last week was even longer because we were building this sweet little baby right here. I was here till like 2 in the morning. You should have seen me. I was all like disgusting. Had to ride my bike home. I hadn't shaved. But I did actually wind up shaving soon thereafter. And I wish I had been able to shave with one of these, the One Razor. OneRazor.com. It's this new site, new product. It's basically, if you're familiar with like straight razors, like, you know, like the old school situation, safety blades and whatnot, it's basically a really nice handle for what amounts to safety blades for you to shave with. It's really easy to maintain. It comes with 12 blades and then 12 bonus blades, which means you get 24 blades. So that's quite a bit, and considering how long this should last, you should be set for a good long while. Anyway, go ahead and check out OneRazor.com. I gotta get back to editing some sweet videos for you.